Just waiting for law.
Yep. Is that lore?
Yeah.
Hello.
Huh.
I guess I'm done with the monster creating for now then.
I think it's that time of the year again where I need to clean up my PC and put some new thermal paste in.
You do that each year?
Should probably do it more than a year, to be honest.
What? You should just apply it properly the first time around.
Yeah.
Why is lore not on the Roll20?
I'm getting there.
Vamos, vamos!
So I literally just got my copy of Tales of the Yawning Portal delivered
Oh.
Oh, nice. What do you think of it?
right before I got on. I haven't had much time to look through it just because I just got it, but I'm excited. Should be some cool things.
Yeah,
There's a bunch
definitely.
of adventures in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're old ones redone for 5th edition.
Yep.
But there aren't any monsters, really.
There's creatures in there, but I think they may just be. Yeah, I think there are a few new ones. But there's not many.
Okay.
And then there's some like that I think are in the monster manual. Some like NPCs, or I thought maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't know. There are a bunch of creatures. I just haven't looked at them to see if they're different than.
Fair enough. I would just have figured that there's basically no new monsters except for NPCs that are in the adventure.
I mean, there's some that I haven't really seen before. There's new stat blocks like a Durgar spy. I don't think that's in the monster manual, and I don't really recognize any of these. But I haven't really.
I think
looked
they're
at the
in
monster manual enough.
Volos.
Oh yeah, they could be there too. I didn't think about that.
Spy certainly sounds familiar.
Let me see.
Nope, not the Durgar spy is not there.
Not in Volos?
Well, that's far. I'm looking at Kobold Club and it has all the monsters from all of them. So
Alright.
as far as I can tell, it's not there.
Okay, there are creatures. These creatures are they're mentioned in this book and that don't appear in the monster manual.
Oh.
Some of these creatures are available in Volo's Guide to Monsters, but are reproduced here for your convenience. So it's designed so that you can run it. You don't with just the core books, with just the monster manual and the PHB, and then if you have this, you can run the adventures.
How thick is it?
It's about the same size as Volo's.
So what?
Slightly bigger.
130 pages?
It's 248 pages.
Ooh.
So Volo's might be actually. I don't know how much that is.
I
Volo's is 222, so it's slightly bigger than Volo's.
Huh.
Not bad. I think I'll wait for the price to come down. It's quite pricey over here still.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got it. I wasn't gonna get it, and then Amazon had it for like $25, so I just pre-ordered it then.
Man, yeah, it's like £40 over here.
Yeah, that's how it's any game store or bookstore. They'll have it for $50, which might be a little more than 40 pounds. I'm not sure. But I guess it would, I haven't looked at the online prices over there.
There's been a few cheap adventure books on sale. The Tiamat ones was pretty cheap.
Yeah, I got the Storm King's Thunder because it had some kind of a printing error on the cover. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about, but I got it for like 20 euros or something.
Nice.
I'd love to know what the printing error was.
They said something about the cover not being glossy enough.
Oh, it's okay.
So I laughed at them, and I don't know. I guess in the end they all laugh all the way to the bank, but oh well.
We got your money now, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's here.
Yep.
All right. Believe it or not, this is our 6th session.
Is it though?
Yeah. Session 0 turned into session 1. And this is our 6th.
True. I never renamed my session logs to session 1, so I still have 0 to 5 now.
Alright, okay. I renamed them. Okay, so this is pretty much where we left off last time. Captain Maud had moored his ship in the middle of the sea, off the coast of the Sword Coast. As he was waiting for the right time to sail down the river to get to Baldur's Gate. So the Dwarven Delight, Captain Maud's ship, is currently moored. The adventurers are resting. Zavargo was strangely silent.
It's not my fault.
and that was it, really. You've spent the last 4 days travelling south from Waterdeep. You've got your cargo on board, including Reginald Featherington. You have Hilda's strangely heavy box. And one of Wee Jimmy's creature crates. Armour has been spending his time meditating and trying to have another connection with Lathander. And Law has just been minding her own business. Tarbin has been asking around the crew. He had a little chat with the first mate.
Yeah, actually, Tarbin was rudely interrupted by the first mate, but Tarbin was trying to figure out the ballistas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were trying to work out which we were calling trebuchets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are ballistas, aren't they? Yeah, you were trying to work them out, and then the first mate came over, and you sort of had this little intervention with him, and maybe he's had a change of career or something.
Yeah, and afterwards I was afraid that I inspired a mutiny, but yeah.
Just, typical Tarbin.
Accidentally setting things on fire with the help of others. Actually, more along the lines of accidentally inciting others to set people on fire, but oh well.
Fire. Speaking of fire, Zavargo has been fishing. Not setting anything on fire.
Yet.
Yet.
The day's young.
There's still time.
He learned his lesson.
The day is young and the boat is wood.
Well said. Well said.
Okay, so it is the morning. You have been moored out here overnight, and it's the morning time, and everyone's starting to stir and go about their business. The night shift crew, the two that do the night shift, they've gone to bed. You can smell that someone somewhere is cooking breakfast. The crew take turns to cook meals. You're not sure whose turn it is today, but generally all the meals end up tasting the same anyway. Very salty, very bland. It's just like salt and crap.
Is it salty because whoever is the cook just cries all the time?
Yeah, it whips into the pot. So yeah, it's someone's cooking breakfast. The smell is sort of drifting around the ship, and people are slowly waking up. what would you like to do?
I'll be at the end of the boat, just kind of looking out to the. I'll be facing whatever direction is east, and just sitting there and meditating.
Praise the sun.
I'll sharpen my daggers and glare at everyone.
Yeah, the crew don't go near you. They just leave you alone.
Personally, I find it safer as long as you're hostile towards me.
There's like this strange old seafaring myth that a tiefling on board is bad luck, so they just stay clear of you.
So there's a bunch of crew cooking, you said?
One person's cooking, the rest of the crew are starting to go about their day, making sure that they are prepared to sail upriver and dock with in Baldur's Gate.
Gotcha. Zavargo's going to go see if any food is ready and start grabbing what he can.
Okay, so while you're doing that and going about your business, you hear a terrible cry coming from the deck of the boat. It's one of the crewmates. All you can hear is, "Ah! Shahaugen!" And like,
What?
yeah, it's like this precision attack. They've been waiting, and several Shahaugen, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'll have to check, have sort of just pierced out of the water. They've swam up a great depth and they've just pierced out of the water and looped and landed on the deck of the boat. For convenience, I'm just going to use the map we have. Imagine this is the deck. And all of a sudden, is it going slow? Come on, come on! All of a sudden,
all of a sudden, everybody's waiting.
all of a sudden,
Is Arma in the aft or in the front? What's it called? Fore. Are you at the back of the ship or the fore of the ship?
I don't know, whichever way was facing east.
Ah, right. All right.
I just went to the right side because that's typically east, but I don't know how.
there you
lined
go.
up. Although, yeah, it should be the front because they were gonna head east into the river. So yeah, I should be at the front. Whoa.
Wild seed.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
crazy sea.
Oh no.
You should probably put the ship in the map layer or something.
Yeah.
Unless you intend to rock the boat.
Maybe.
Oh no.
Don't come a knocking.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the final member is a little bit different. She looks like a female, and she's not carrying any weapons, but she looks like she has some strange mystical powers about her. So there's 5 of these now on the deck. The crewmates
Siren.
have ran. They're not used to fighting. They've left you to your own accord.
So kind of them.
Oh, they're thoughtful like that. So roll for initiative.
If this is the current positioning, I just want to let you know that it was nice knowing you.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where the kitchen area is. I'm trying to decide where I need to be right now.
Oh, I need
This-
to. No valid token selected. Let's read it. Hopefully, I get a better initiative. No.
I'm gonna say I'm
I
downstairs.
guess yeah, the kitchen would be below decks.
The
That'd be nice.
the chicken would be.
The chicken.
What did
Don't
the
call me
chicken do?
That's a racist term for Dragonborn.
Oh.
At least now it is.
Well, he does seem awfully cocky.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
I was looking for Arma. Now I see you on the map. I'm not zoomed out enough.
Yeah, I'm all the way at the other end. Don't worry, I'll get there in one turn.
I'm downstairs. Someone's gonna have to let me know or something. Oh, I guess I should roll for initiative.
Yeah, you've probably heard the screech from above deck because he said there was a loud screech.
Yeah, you would have heard it.
Man, these rolls, look at that. That's okay, they don't see me yet, so I will be fine.
I so want to give Laura some advice on what to do right now, but I'm not gonna.
Pew pew.
If you're asking if that was the advice I was gonna give, then no, it was not.
This one right here, it looks like he's loaded into the blizzard.
Yeah,
him out
just
to sea.
blast him back out to sea.
And then he just comes right back.
I
Damn.
think this is a perfect time for fire breath.
No.
Who needs fire breath?
These guys look like they would be vulnerable to fire.
But they're water.
Pokemon logic. All right.
Makes perfect sense that I'm last. Perfect sense.
I am gonna probably let Arma go before Tarbin.
First to attack, or do what they would like to do, is Law. And before we do any of this, would you like to roleplay the Shogun appear? Any reaction to them appearing?
Oh no.
Acting.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I am very surprised.
Hank?
I'm so scared. I need a strong man to defend me.
Ah, damn, I'm out.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my -3 modifier.
If only Zavargo had heard.
Zvargor's not a man.
Burn. No, wait, don't.
I guess I came running out. I'm assuming that staircase is coming from this room.
Oh yeah, I mean for the deck plans, just imagine that you, for the sake of easiness, imagine you've all ran and you're now on the top deck. You're not below deck, but I don't have a good top deck board at hand.
Okay.
So you imagine the layout of the boards is
Okay.
just a top deck.
While
we're
sharpening
yeah.
my daggers, I heard a clutter and ran out there. And I ready my
So these stairs,
I would assume that's the just an upper deck up there. So
actually lead to like the deck, and yeah, that green box would be the upper deck where
Yeah.
the captain would stand with the sailing.
So is the other part of the ship just all a flat deck? Like there's not a second. It's all the same level.
Yeah, it's all the same level.
Actually,
Okay.
aren't
What
the
about
green
front
boxes
end?
there higher up, aren't they?
Hey, you know what? We could build this boat together. Yes, why not? So the two green boxes like upper levels. The one to the that's the stern. Yeah, the one at the front, the stern. Is that right? No, the bow.
No, the front is bow or
Yeah.
fore, and the
Aft.
back of the boat is aft or stern. Yeah.
Yeah, right, there we go. So the fore, that is a little raised area. We'll say it's like a watching out area type of thing.
And that's on the
then-
right side.
That's all the one on the
That's-
right, and the one on the
Okay.
left, that's the command deck. So the middle bit here, where where Law and Tarbin are standing, is the old poop deck. So Law, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to shoot someone.
Anyone?
Yeah. Tarbin?
Alrighty, roll to hit. Which one would you like to attack? For the sake of convenience, I wish there was a way I could number these tokens so you could tell who was who.
I can just regulate that.
Okay.
How do I do the distance check?
There's
The
a
ruler
Okay.
tool.
ruler thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm good. Uh,
Yeah,
she's
you should-
probably the main bitch in charge, so. Alright.
You do get a sense that she is sort of the leader.
Yeah, so I will do this.
Which one are you attacking?
The
Her.
priestess.
The priestess, yeah.
Okay, yes, so you pull back your bow and you let loose an arrow and it sails and it hits the priestess. Roll for damage. Okay, do you want to roleplay your attack?
I think you just did.
I know. Fair enough. In the future, you can roleplay your attack. I'll just tell you you've hit. I'll just tell you to roll for damage if you've hit, and then you could roleplay your
No,
own attack. I think that's nicer.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm not good at it anyway.
Can't be good at everything. That way you never get good at anything.
Next up is this fella here. He's just seen his priestess being attacked. He's gonna run across the poop deck towards Law. He can move 30 feet.
Oh. Jerk.
So he charges towards you. He's making this weird, fishy, garbly sound. It sounds a little bit like this, which is totally copyright infringement.
Totally not a Murloc.
So he's ran across you. He's got in his hands. He's got a spear in one hand, and he just lunges forward with his spear to attack you. What's your armor class?
13.
Okay, so he hits you.
What a dick.
He stabs out forward with his spear, and he sort of like gorges the side of your stomach for 5 damage. And you hear this little victorious. Next up to attack is this fella. Attacking you, Law.
Oh god, I'm gonna die.
He too will use his spear. And he also gorges you, but he stabs into your leg, and he does 6 damage.
Well.
Next up is this fella,
We're off to a good start.
and he runs over to his priestess, making this sound. And he grabs the arrow that lodged into her, and he snaps it and the wood and takes it out. Next is Torben.
They're toasty.
Zavargo, could use your help out here. I'm gonna poke a dagger at the one sitting on the whatchamacallit, the weapon. We just said this. Oh well.
Ballista.
The ballista, yes. Thank you. I'm gonna knife that one.
Okay.
Thrusting wildly into the air, hoping it'll hit.
Yeah, you hit. Roll damage. RP or attack?
That was my RP. He's thrusting wildly.
So you wildly thrust, not expecting to hit, and you.
Tarvin has a dagger, but he's not used to using it. After having hit, he's gonna start fumbling out a couple of pebbles and do magic pebble as bonus action.
Okay. So you slice into this Shogun and you cut off like some of his scales. It's like a glancing slicing. It doesn't do much damage, but it does enough to get its attention.
He goes, "Ow!"
Well, the Shogun does?
I kid.
Ow, have mercy! I'm gonna try and number these. I wish there was like an inbuilt numbering system.
Are they all tokens representing the same like character sheet? Same
Yeah.
NPC sheet? Okay.
Oh, well, we can't really see that. That was a good idea. Alright, I know who's who, and I'll tell you. So, this one is number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Okie dokie.
You could put the color dots on them if you wanted to call them by the like see on armor. It's like red, blue, green, and orange instead of numbering.
But they'd all be the same color though, because it's the same sheet.
Oh, it's the same token.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Think about that.
I'll have a read up for next time.
Oh, it's all good.
Next up is the priestess. She is going to take a few steps back. She was a bit taken back by the arrow, so she's going to get a distance and hide behind the number 2, the Shogun that came over and pulled the arrow out of her chest, or out of her side. And she's just going to stay there and wait. Next is armor.
The deck I'm on, how high above the main deck is it?
You're probably talking like 5-6 foot at the most.
Okay, I'm going to run to the edge of this deck and then jump off and try to land right behind the priestess.
Oh, I like this.
And
Acrobatics
then
check.
I'm gonna strike her with my staff.
Nice. So roll your acrobatics. Oh, perfect. Yes, you spin in the air. We're going. In fact, you roleplay your acrobatics, leaping over.
Oops. Oh fuck. Well, the first one was what it was. Wow. I just run to the end of the deck, holding my staff with both hands, and just leap off and bring the staff down on her with both hands as I'm landing on the deck.
Yeah, roll your damage as well. That's our first critical of the day. So we will double the damage, and
I think it already does it.
you think so?
Because see that 6, and then the 3 is for the critical, if a critical hit.
Oh,
That's the damage
nice,
side.
brilliant. So yeah,
And then I'm going to spend a key point and attack her with 2 unarmed strikes using my flurry of blows.
go for it. Roll for damage.
On both of them or just the one?
Both of them.
A 15 and then a 12. Okay. Ooh. 7 and then 4 in the damage.
I'd also say, would you not get like an attack, opportunity attack? Because she's not looking at you. She didn't know you were there. Or was that
I think
just?
it would just give me advantage.
Yeah.
If I'm like if she can't see me, and I'm attacking her, then I think it would just be advantage.
All right, okay, that's fair enough. You wouldn't need it
easier to
anyway.
hit.
You hit.
Okay.
So you did all this amazing acrobatic stuff. It's the first time I think the group's probably ever seen you act like a monk of fables. It's pretty impressive stuff. And you've just laid over the barrage of sun staff and unarmed attacks. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I like that a lot. Do you have a point of inspiration?
Oh, okay.
Have one, because I like that. I like it.
Thanks.
Zavargo did not see a thing of this.
No, he's not going to believe a word of what's just happened.
And I'm not paying attention because I'm like all hurt.
Let's see, how much? Wait, how much movement was that? Ooh, I guess jumping would take up some of it.
I will allow it.
Okay.
Oh.
So since I have 10 feet of movement left, I'm going to, just move kind of away next to these stairs.
That's
I'll
an
be right here.
attack of opportunity.
And since I have the mobile feat, since I attacked her, she doesn't get the attack of opportunity.
Oh.
Snap.
Or yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
Man, you did 20 points of damage in that one attack. Next is Savago.
What's going on out here? And he comes crashing. There's a door separating downstairs, right?
No, yeah, there would be, yeah.
Okay. He comes smashing through the door, and I imagine the door hits this one right here.
Okay, strength check.
Contested.
Oh.
So you do smash through the door, but it doesn't fly off the hinges.
Okay, good. I don't really want to break the boat. And as he's up here, obviously he sees everything going on. What did you do, Tarbin? And he pulls out his hand axes, and he's just going to go ahead and no rage this time. He's got no reason to be in a rage. They haven't made him mad yet. And he's just going to hack right at the one closest to him. That I guess he's kind of on top of here. Let me take him off.
All right, do it. Go for it.
There we go.
Okay, roll play your attack.
As soon as he comes out, he sees all the crazy, weird fish, whatever things flopping around. Sees one entirely too close to Lore. What are you doing, Lore? Get up! Takes his hand axe
I'm
and slices
dying.
straight down at it. Guess he kind of hits it in the middle, not really close to where the head is.
Have you tried towing with? They just smell the breakfast being cooked. Okay, all you hear is like this frantic from the one you've just attacked, and the one standing on the ballista turns around to face Tarbin.
Hello. No.
Yeah, definitely. And you hear that, and it swings out. Sorry, it stabs out with its spear. Tarbin, you on full health at the moment?
I am. So I'll probably die. It's fine.
But it's off balance when it stabs out. You know, it's just flown out the water. It's landed on top of this deck, which is a bit wet. It's slipping. It's just been attacked. As he spins around,
It's his first day.
it's and as he stabs out, he loses his footing, and he totally whiffs it. He misses you completely. Lo, it's your go.
Let's see. Which one did He attacked one, right? Number one.
Yeah, Zavago attack number 1.
Okay, I'm gonna cough up some blood. And-
It's not because you're her. It's just a special ability you have.
yeah. And then I will use my daggers. Like, just like weakly, like. That one was real.
Method actor.
Goddamn show offs.
Okay, your coffin puts yourself off and you miss your attack.
Oh god. I'm like throw up a little blood on the deck, fall to my one knee.
This fishy fella that is in front of you, yeah, you can't really tell, but it looks like he's smiling at you, coughing up some blood, and he is inspired now. He's like, yes, or more like, oh.
Pervert.
Okay, the Shogun have something called Blood Frenzy, which means they have advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that doesn't have all its hit points.
Oh shit.
Which is pretty apt right now, considering that you are coughing up blood.
And that was the final day of the campaign.
Yeah, so I hope you have a backup character. So confident is he is going to try and take you as a
Wife?
as a fishwife.
You wish.
No, he's gonna spear you, right? And he's gonna try and like claim your body as a trophy on the spear.
I'm used to it.
What's your AC?
13.
Oh, he's too confident. And he thrusts out with his spear and it misses and it goes into a barrel that's actually next to you.
And the barrel goes, no!
Bugger. It's this guy's turn now, the one that was attacked by Zavago. He turns and faces Zavago to try and return the attack.
But of course.
He's a bit dazed at the moment. He's just been attacked, hit in the head. He uses his spear. What's your AC, Zavago?
My character sheet changed it, and it shouldn't have. It's saying it's 11, but I know it's more than that.
Yeah, I hate it how it does that.
Yep. 10 plus Constitution plus Dex. It's 13.
He just hits you. His spear comes forward and he managed to get you in the joint between your armor in the shoulder. And it gets you for 6 damage.
Ouch.
Ow!
There's that better.
Next is this fella. He's just witnessed this monk fly and attack the priestess. And he just feels like he needs to protect the priestess, so he's gonna run and leave his number 2 behind and try and attack armor. He too's gonna use his spear. So he runs out, he's got his spear in both hands as he runs forward, and he just jabs out, hitting armor in the leg for 6 damage. Tarbin, it's your go.
All right. Tarbin's gonna disengage. Go over here and do a hex on. Actually, I need to check if I can move the hexes afterwards. I believe I can. Use a bonus action. Okay. I'm gonna put a hex on the number 1. Actually, I could probably do the thing. There you go. All right. Yeah. That's his turn.
Okay, I'm just reading on the hex. So if you just want to explain the hex, please.
Basically, I put a hex on one of the targets, and when I do damage to that target, it does an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. And when the target's, well, if the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, I can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of mine to curse a new target creature. Just basically move the hex.
Lovely.
But it's a concentration spell and lasts up to an hour. So.
A little bit like Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Brilliant. Did he say anything while you put this hex on number 1?
I'm gonna mumble some things that they probably won't hear, but that's gonna be reminiscent of what my friend taught me.
Mumble, mumble. Next is the priestess.
Tarbin, you hexed number 1, you said?
Yes. Chris, you could probably put up some kind of a thing on it, I think.
Yeah.
Or do they all get it?
Yeah, I think they would all get it if it's a token.
But they should be separate instances of the token.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Is this guy
Hexed.
Alrighty.
is number 4 upside down?
He's spinning around on
Oh,
the
that was
floor.
turned. I see. Also, just a heads up, the guidance and then the initiative for the priestess were in the public chat. I don't know if you wanted that.
Oh, okay. I'll change that later on. The priestess. Lets out this sort of like fishy shrill. And she looks at Zavago. Recognizing that it's a dragonborn. She's battered and bruised, and she's not too sure what to do, to be honest. So, she casts a red dot. She starts making a move towards the edge of the boat, as if she's ready to leave. Next up is Armor.
Okay. She's still on the boat though?
She's still on the boat.
Okay. I'm gonna move around this guy and attack her with my staff, trying to hit her in the back before she just try to hit her before she escapes.
You miss.
All right. And then I'm going to I'm going to attack her with my unarmed strike, just one of them. And
Okay.
just kind of try to punch her in the face.
Yeah, roll. Okay, RP your attack.
As I try to swing at her with my staff and just miss it, I just let go of the staff with one hand and just bring my fist up into if there's some sort of chin on her, and just punch as hard as I can.
She has a chin, a fishy chin.
Okay, then I'll uppercut her in the chin, and as hard as I can.
Okay, you uppercut her in the chin and her head snaps back. And she takes a few wobbly steps. It looks like she was just about to collapse on the floor, but she just regains her balance in time.
And I will stay right there, and that's my turn.
Zavago.
You dare try to kill me, you slimy piece of rot!
It's really mad. He goes into his rage thingy.
Okay.
that he does.
As he does.
And as he does. And can he pick up the one that hit him and throw him overboard?
Sure. Do a.
He can try.
What? Yeah. What would?
Try.
Okay, we'll do it like this. You're gonna roll strength, and I'll roll dexterity. So you're rolling your strength against my dexterity.
Okay. I am in a rage, so I do have advantage on strength,
That's fine.
which is fine.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna roll. You pick this guy up and you throw him back in the sea. You do you want to roleplay that?
If you mess with any of us again, it's gonna be much worse for you.
And he picks him up and throws him clear over the edge. It goes way over everything, and actually throws him kind of in the direction of where Tarbin was. Well, no, where Tarbin was standing originally. He throws him over the other one that's in his way. That's
Okay.
kind of like a sign of intimidation, but throws him way over the deck.
I'm gonna say because you got a nat 20, you actually knock number 4 off as well.
oh,
I'm okay with that.
So both of these fellas have been thrown back in the sea. And it is now Lord's go.
I'm gonna weakly stand up and cough some more blood all over me. And I am. She's still close enough. Yeah. I'm going to shoot that bitch.
Because that's what you do.
Fine way
You
to
pop a
put
bitch.
Alright, I'm in two minds for this one. I like it. I'm not too sure how to act because you have like one of them pretty much engaged with you right now.
I think it gives.
So would that be disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd be rolling at disadvantage. So your 12 still hits. Roll for damage.
And you also get to do the sneak attack damage. Since I'm standing right next to her.
Okay, what do I do for that?
A d6, I think.
Yeah.
Oops. 1d6. Any modifier or just a d6?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, you've killed her.
Hey.
Do you want to roleplay how you kill her? How she dies?
I'll do my part of it.
You can do the coughing now.
Like, pull my arrow. I mean, the thingy back and loose my arrow and watch it fly into her face. And then can I disengage?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, oops, wrong thingy.
I like the rage icon.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
I needed something.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so the priestess takes an arrow to the face, and this arrow goes right into her forehead, and you can see that her mouth just sort of like opens and closes. The arrow's pierced her brain. She isn't too sure. Well, she's just dead. She's just opening and closing her mouth, pretty much like a fish out of water, and she flops motionless onto the floor. Her mouth still opening and closing. Good kill. Next is this guy. He turns to face Zavago. And he, in a blind panic, drops his spear and just goes at Zavago with tooth and nail, with his claws and his bitey fish face.
Buddy fish face.
So he bites down on Zavago's leg to begin with, doing 3 damage. He lets
I don't like
go.
what you said begins with.
He lets go of the bite and then swipes it with his claw at Zavago's chest, doing 5 damage.
Now, are you having these since I'm in a rage?
Yeah, both of them, there would have been hits.
Okay, but at
Oh, with slashing and
damage is
piercing.
half.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So half the damage, sorry. So we'll round down the 3 to a 1, and we'll round down the 5 to a 2.
Okay.
Nice. Yay, odd numbers.
Next is... this guy here. He sort of like in the total opposite of the blind panic. Instead of turning to attack, going to like primal instincts, he's chosen the flight, out of the fight and flight, and he tries to escape. As he does so, he's running past Armor.
Alright, I try to smack him with my staff and keep him from escaping. Oh.
He somehow manages to duck under the staff, and he dives into the sea. Sploosh. Tarbin, it's your go.
So much for hexing things. And I'm going to just fire at the number 3. Swinging a magic pebble at him.
Go for it.
Where's the thing? There it is. I take it that hits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with a few swift spins of the sling, he's gonna let loose a magic pebble towards his forehead.
Yeah, it cracks off his skull. That's a pretty good magic pebble, that one. Is 8 as high as it can go? Oh no.
Nope.
You've dazed him a bit with that magic pebble. That is a good one. Next is Zavago. No, sorry, Armor.
Okay. So seeing the rest of them die and seeing the other one still standing over there, I'm gonna run up right next to the one that's fighting Zavago and just try to smack it in the back with my staff.
It hits. Roll damage.
Jeez.
10 damage.
Feel free to roleplay the
and
attack.
I just bring up my staff and hit him in the back of the head, if he has a head. And then after that, I'll try to kick him in the leg with my foot with an arm strike. If he's, no, even if he's not alive, I'll still do that.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage.
And I'll just stomp on his leg and as hard as I can.
Okay, this final fishy fiend. He's down on like his hands and knees right now. He is almost out for the count. Zavago, it's your go.
That's right. None of your friends are getting away with any of this.
Can he pull out his javelin and, stab him? Kind of try to skewer him, if you will.
Yeah, sure. Well, I know what we're having for dinner tonight.
Yeah. Looks like fish back on the menu, boys.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, you miss. You want to roleplay your whip, or you just want to move on?
Just move on. Shut up, Arma.
Looks like fish is off the menu, boys.
Lord,
Shut
your
up,
go.
Torvin.
Just smack them hard. You don't need to puncture them. Just hit them as hard as you can. Watch this, like with your fist. All right.
Never have any more attacks.
Law, it's your go. Oh, more blood.
That hits. That hits.
I don't know if I can. Can I shoot him from here with Zargo in the way?
It would be at a disadvantage, I think.
Is it just a raised AC? Like a partial cover?
Yeah, we could do it that way, or you could take it like a sidestep,
Okay.
because you can still move and shoot.
I go this way, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be better. Partial cover. So I'll add 2 onto the armor class. So roll the hit.
Oh God.
Uh
Oh
oh.
no.
Natural 1. Roll your damage, please.
Uh
Oh no.
Of course.
Okay. Zavago, you suddenly feel this pinching
Yeah.
in the back of your
I
neck.
figured as much.
Ah! What is this?
Sorry.
I'll get you for that later. Ah!
So the final fish fiend, he's like prone. He's on his hands and knees. He is pretty much gone. For his last final act, he tries to stand back up, but so he can die on his feet. He stands up and he just stares at Zavago. Tarbin, your go.
I have half of mine just leading him back to the water. I don't know how that would work mechanically, so
We'll figure it out. If there's something you want to do.
Yeah, if you want to lead him back to the water, you can go over and do a like persuasion check or something.
hang on. That's 15 feet right there and 10 feet. Hey, I have the movement for that. Basically. Yeah. I'm gonna walk past these 2 fighters and go, excuse me.
Okay, the
And then I'm
persuasion
just gonna-
check is for Zavago. You have to persuade
Sure.
Zavago, yeah?
All right.
Should I contest that?
Yeah, you can...
Charisma?
I'm sorry.
No, there's no but, yeah.
Oh, never
20.
mind. Okay.
You could probably just choose to let him do it if that's something Zavargo
Pardon?
would do.
Excuse me. I'm just coming through. And I'm just gonna turn around the fish person and then just gently escort him towards the edge of the water. And unless my action has been used, I'm gonna use my action to shove him in.
Okay, so persuasive were you that Zavago might even lend a hand.
He's still yelling at lore. He's not helping any.
Fair enough. So you have done a wonderful thing. You've just pushed this fiend back into the water. And
I have been told that you have to let the small ones go.
And you just see him like slowly swim back down into the depths, which just leaves the Gorpin priestess's body on the floor. That is combat over.
I'd like to go investigate the priestess and try to get a closer look and
I bet you
see if
would.
there's anything on there.
Okay.
See if she's like a 7 or 8 out of 10 or what.
Pointy elbows.
Oh, her chin's all messed up. Nah, no thanks. You want an investigation check or something?
No, you're okay. I mean,
Okay.
if you just loot and you don't have to do an investigation check or anything.
Yeah, I'm doing that and then just kind of trying to, yeah, and then just examining the body to see if there's anything I can learn.
Anything worthwhile I can cut off to sell?
Do a Just do a intelligence check. Yeah, you know that, like the priestess hair and scales go for a fair bit of money in certain magic groups. They use them as like components.
I will cut some of that off to sell later.
That's gonna smell ripe tomorrow.
And Armor, you find as you go through the goods, you find that there's this pearly orb. It's probably like the size of a tennis ball.
Okay.
And you also find that she has a little dagger, which she hasn't used.
A dagger.
A little dagger.
Okay.
A little stiletto dagger.
Do I get any sense of magical presence on either of these items?
Do we Arcana check?
Oh, the last one didn't go so well. Hey.
Which one was that for?
That was for the orb, the first one I found.
The orb? Yeah, you get a strong sense of magic coming from the pearly orb. It could be used as sort of like a divining or a channeling type of focus.
Okay. And then, what about the other one?
And you
The
also,
dagger?
yeah, you also get a little bit of a sense of magic on the dagger, like it might do +1 damage.
Okay. I'm gonna just go over to the Tarbin and say, "Hey, I found this orb on that thing over there. Seems kind of magical. Do you want to see if you can figure out what it does?"
Do I? Yes, just hold it for a second. Zavargo, would you lean over towards the wall?
Wait,
gonna-
what? What do you...
I'm gonna pull out the arrow.
Please do. Wait a minute.
And
Where'd the fish guy go?
he's gone.
Did you
Just
kill him?
lean towards the wall. Lean
you
towards the
kill him?
wall.
Tell me
He's-
first, did you kill him?
He's not gonna be a problem anymore.
So can we eat him?
No, he's poisonous. Lean
Thought
towards
he
the wall,
might-
please.
Fine.
On a count of 3. 1, and I pull.
Ah! Curse you.
Can I push him a little?
I'm gonna fly through the wall.
You can push him, but it will be a strength check.
I am still raging. Now, what are you gonna do?
Oh. If only it wasn't a rage.
I know. Yeah, you push Tarbin back, and it's quite a powerful push. Tarbin flies back 15 foot.
Wow, that's a pretty good distance.
Actually, I can't fly backwards 50 feet because there's a mast there.
Oh. Tarbin, you actually fly back into the mast.
Maybe you should have counted at 3.
Can I try to mitigate that with an acrobatics check or something?
Yes.
Let's see. I'm not even proficient.
But it's enough. So as you fly back, in fact, you roleplay how you save yourself.
As I fly back, I'm just gonna. I'm basically just gonna try to embrace my flight towards the mast, but end up just gliding around the mast again. Then walk over to return the arrow I just pulled out in the same swift motion to Laura.
So you're just like swinging around the mast like what's his name from Singing in the Rain, going around the lamppost?
Fred
It's talented.
You're welcome, Zavargo.
Smooth.
It just rages over. We're done with that.
Okay, Captain Mode comes onto the deck. What's all that bloody noise about?
We had some unexpected visitors.
You want to get that scene? Yeah, he's noticed the priestess's body on the ground. He's like, bloody Shogun. Did they take anything?
No, but I believe we took their dignity.
You put up a good fight, eh? Maybe I'll keep you around for long voyages.
Everybody's hesitant to reply to that.
Alright, then maybe I won't. He just bloody had sea legs and land lovers. And he turns around and he goes back to his cabin. And just as he's about to leave, he looks over his shoulder and goes, "You just want to be ready. I'm going to pull the anchor up and we're going upriver. We'll be in Baldur's Gate in about an hour."
Perhaps we should get rid of the body before we get into Baldur's Gate.
Okay, let's just throw it back overboard. Maybe her companions will find her and give her a burial.
Sure.
Or eat
If
her.
they do that. Or eat her, whatever.
Same
At
difference.
least she will sustain them and help them one last time. And I'll go and start dragging the body to the edge of the ship.
Okay, so you clear the ship of the body. And the hour goes pretty quickly. You shared breakfast with the crew. The crew are quite impressed with the ordeal you've just went through, saving them from this raiding party. And you have a little bit of prestige within the crew now. Not hero status, but you have noticed that they've stopped calling you the name they were calling you.
Stiffy.
Stiffy. They no longer
During
call
the-
you Stiffy.
During the dinner, I'll be talking to Zarago and be like, did you see what I did? Did you see that first attack I made?
What attack? What are you talking about?
Oh, you missed it? Oh, it was so awesome. I was on the end of the deck, and I ran forward and jumped like 30 feet, landed right next to the giant fish lady, and just smacked her with my staff and knocked her back about 10 feet. It was amazing.
Hey, Laura, is he telling the truth?
I don't know. I didn't see anything.
Nobody saw it? Somebody must have seen it. Tarbin,
Sorry.
weren't
Can't
you watching?
believe you think I'm going to believe Tarbin?
Okay, fair enough.
Charlie just shrugs.
So does this count as a rest? Like a short rest?
Short rest.
Yeah, you can use this as a short rest.
Yeah, I need to use a hit die because more than half of my hit points are gone.
I like the way Norm was like seeing if Law was okay. She's like coughing her guts up, and everyone's just like, whatever.
Eat one like piece of chicken and then like.
All right.
Perhaps Laura should use a hit die.
Yeah, I am. I have to. I apparently never put that in my sheet. I thought I did. Where's my thing?
Okay, so just while you check that out,
Yeah, I'll do it.
the boat sails upstream, and it pulls into what's called the Grey Harbour of Baldur's Gate. And you notice that Baldur's Gate, as you come in, you notice that Baldur's Gate it has similarities to Waterdeep, but at the same time, it's completely different. There's a lot of smaller vessels coming and going. A lot of them are going further upstream. You guess that they're trade ships. And you also notice that there's a lot less activity as the ship starts to dock in the docking areas. Law, you're quite familiar with Baldur's Gate since you grew up here, and you know that where you're pulling up now on the east side is quite a poverty-stricken area. There's not much wealth there, and it's likely that if Captain Mode's docking here, it's probably due to shady business.
Ooh.
So Captain Mode's on deck and he's overlooking the crew as they dock. He's like, yeah, make sure you don't scratch me boat as you pull in this time. And he turns to you and he's like, right, we're only going to be here for 2 bells, 2 hours. So my crew are going to go and handle some deliveries. What you do in your time is entirely up to you. But if you're not back in 2 bells, I'm gone. I have a strict schedule to uphold.
Very well.
Okay, so the ship docks, and you find yourselves on the east side of Baldur's Gate, outside of a place called the Low Lantern, which is sort of like an inn. A little bit of history for you. Baldur's Gate isn't what it used to be. A few years ago, some of you, well, everyone should be aware, it was quite a big event. The word travelled far and wide. Baal returned, the god of murder, and he incited a lot of murders across the city, and the Duke at the time that was in charge of Baldur's Gate was actually an agent of Baal. And that threw the whole city into turmoil. The trust within Baldur's Gate is at an all-time low. People are still suspicious. People still suspect other people joining Baal and becoming an agent of Baal, being like a vessel of murder. So it's while it's similar to Waterdeep, it is totally different. There isn't a sense of like community and belonging. Everyone seems to be out for themselves. What would you like to do?
The orb I got from Arma, which came from the priestess thing.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that it is a pearl worth at least 100 gold.
Do a... What would that be? Like a investigation check?
Either that, or I just try to use it as a focus for a ritual.
Go on, then use it as a focus for a ritual.
Right. I'm gonna do a ritual identify on what do I have? Do I have anything? I have no loot.
What about that amulet that you got from? Did you already get the wee Jimmy?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, true, good point. I'm gonna do that. So as a ritual, I cast identify using the thing as a thing. So I learn any properties of the medallion.
Okay. So you can tell that there are no protective spells in this medallion. And you can tell that it's going to require some attunement. That the longer it's on your person, the more attuned it is to you and your desires. And you can tell that it will point you towards your desires. But the longer you have it, the more deeper and truer the desires are. So at the moment, it would only point you towards like surface desires, if that makes sense. Like basic ones, like, oh, I'm hungry. It'll point you to food. I need some water. It'll point you to water. But if you were to like, I don't know, for example, I want to find this long lost treasure that I know about since childhood, it wouldn't be able to point to that just yet.
So what you're saying is that in a few weeks' time, it's going to start pointing home.
If that would be your greatest desire, yeah.
Eventually, whatever, before I even realize that I'm homesick, it's going to start pointing home. All right.
Like, it wouldn't do it by itself. It'll only do it if you hold it and think about what it is you want.
I guess I have to use an action to use it.
Yes.
All right. Fair
So
enough.
you now understand how wee Jimmy was using it to find all the magical beasties he was after.
Yep.
Okay then. If there's nothing you would like to do in Baldur's Gate, we can move ahead.
Yeah, I don't think that 2 hours or 2 bells is enough time to get to Little Kalimshan and then back.
Nah. I mean, you
Yeah, then I'm fine.
feel free to talk about it. You know that there is a little part of Baldur's Gate that is a bit like home.
We would probably discuss it, but I wouldn't know enough details about it anyway to roleplay it. So
Okay. Law, anything
Fine.
you would like to do while you're home?
No, I just left here.
I just left you the other day, man. It's rubbish. Okay. You do notice that...
It's a silly place anyway.
That's not coming out. It's only a model. You notice that your trinket is a lot more active than it was just a few hours ago when you were further downstream and in fact in the open sea. Okay, so the 2 hours pass pretty quickly, pretty uneventful. The crew of the Dwarven Delight unload some goods. Some money comes on board, more goods come on board. And some new faces apparently have joined the crew.
actually, during these 2 hours, the identify ritual only takes like roughly 11 minutes. So during the rest of the, I'm gonna play some. Actually, I don't play any. I'm not that kind of bard. Never mind. I was gonna play some music, but I can't do that because that's not me. Right? Fair enough.
I'm gonna take the dagger that I found over to Laura and see if she wants. Hey, I found this school dagger on that fishy thing, that fishy chick. You wanna try to use it?
Sure, thank you.
Fishy chick.
And then I'll wink at him.
You're welcome.
You are now marked for death.
Thanks,
Confused.
Stiffy.
I'm not stiff. Damn it! I just
You are
carry a long staff. Maybe Staffy.
No, I like Stiffy.
I think we're like 2 sessions away from being Woody and Stiffy.
Okay, so Law, you now have a +1 dagger. Or dagger +1,
Okay.
whichever way you'd like to say it.
Okay, let me put it in here.
Okay, so Captain Mode's back on the deck and he's like, right, oh, I'm glad to see you're here on time, because we're bloody well leaving. Law, can you do a perception check, please? Everything's fine, carry on. Okay, so,
Julian or Jonas or whatever his name is waving from the pier.
Oscar, no, is it Oscar?
I'm still like
She
Very-
doesn't know.
very distracted.
Oh, Jasper.
Jasper, that's the one.
Who killed Alistair Swiftfoot? Who killed him? We'll find out in about 3 months' time. Alright, yeah, so the crew are ready. They've put the cargo away. Captain Mode is ready to set sail. We say goodbye to Baldur's Gate. Bye. And Captain Mode turns to you, the group, and he just says, right, my business here's done. Yous want to go south.
This is correct.
I just hope you know that the way south is dangerous.
What do you mean? In what way is it dangerous?
Well, the weather gets nicer, so there's no fears of wild seas and getting seasick. But there's pirates down there. And as the warm water gets warmer, the beasties get bigger. So be prepared for pirates and big beasts.
Understood. I'm sure Lathander will guide us through whatever troubles we encounter.
Lathander, Leshmander. The only thing you want to be praising is me. I'm the one who bloody pilots the boat.
Well, we are the ones who just fought off those sea creatures.
Ah,
And if pirates...
Is that how it works, is it, eh?
No, I'm just saying that we are able to defend ourselves, and we will do our best to protect ourselves and whoever else is with us from whatever attacks.
Captain Maud, if we by any chance happen to kill one of the beasties, is there any way we can get the beastie up on deck and maybe make some food out of it?
Aye, you can haul it up using the rigging off the side of the boat there. I'll make a nice net. Or you can get the lads and they can try and pull it on board too.
Well then, in that case, if we meet some of these beasties, you should just look at it as food.
Laddie, there's certain things I'll not eat, and one of them are big bloody beasties that you've hauled out of the sea.
Oh, my apologies, I did not realize you were vegetarian.
He looks at you, he's got like fire in his eyes. It's not too late for you to stay in Baldur's Gate.
Thank you for the offer, but I believe we are going to the southern jungle.
Was a mast dropped on your head as a child?
No, I believe not, no.
My goodness, look, you. I've warned you once, you're not to talk to me. You give me a headache.
I am sorry, I apologize.
Just stop talking!
I can fix it.
Look, you, put your hand over his mouth and take him away. He's pointing to Armor.
Okay,
if-
I
if
just
you-
start dragging him backwards so I don't block his mouth or anything.
I get more sense out of the bloody dragonborn.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one that gets tired of hearing his voice.
Hey, I know, right? How about you come and join me for a drink or something, fella?
A drink with you? You look like you can hardly carry a drink.
Is that an open challenge?
I think it is.
Captain Moore just takes in a big inhale of like the sea air as they come out into the open sea. And he's like, right then. He turns around to the ship crew and he just goes, drinking challenge! And you can hear that the first mate's ringing a bell, and a few of the crewmates have ran over, grabbed the table, put the table on the deck, and there's 2 seats now either side of the table, and on the table is a bottle of, you're not sure what it is, but it's a bottle of something, and it smells strong. You can smell it over the sea air.
This is it?
I'll
That's
eat-
all you've got?
I'll let you choose which seat you'd like to sit in.
It's not my boat.
Whatever, dragon. And he sits down, and he pulls one of the shot glasses close to him. He's going, I'll even drink first. And he pours himself a shot, and he swings it back into his mouth with expert precision and grace. There's not a single drop left in the tumbler, and he puts it back on the table. Your turn.
He grabs a bottle, grabs a shot glass, pours it, a little bit sloppy because he's a little bit bigger.
Don't spill any, laddie.
Look, I'm trying not to. I'm not as tiny as you.
You telling me tiny?
And during that, he just downs it.
Not bad, dragon, not bad. Would you like somebody to pour your drink for you, perhaps?
I can handle it.
We'll see. He pours another one, and he swings it back. Crashes the little shot tumbler back on the table. Your turn, lad.
All right.
Pours another glass. A little bit slower this time to try not to spill anything and try to impress everybody. And downs the glass once again.
Not bad, dragon. Not bad at all.
What is this stuff?
Captain Mo just laughs, pours himself another one, and swings it back. He licks his lips. This stuff, lad. This stuff is the nectar of the dwarven gods. Boomf, and he slams his glass down. Have yourself another, if you can.
Nectar? That sounds gross. As he pours himself another glass and downs it again.
So what the dragons usually drink? Blood of the sheep, eh?
Long time ago, maybe. Lots changed about me since then.
He pours himself a drink, and he slams it back in. Well, he swings it back into his mouth, and you can see that he's not as confident and bold as he used to be. But he's absolutely fine, and he puts the shot glass back onto the table. A lot has changed, eh? I'm not surprised, because now you're drinking the nectar of the gods themselves.
I'm just impressed you're still going.
I can go all day, lad.
Pours himself another glass. Kind of sort of looks over at his companions and downs the glass.
Roll a constitution check, please. Not 20. Captain Mode's eyes are like wide open, and he's just like, I can't believe that you're managing to stay toe to toe with me. Nobody manages more than 4. Maybe there's a bit of dwarf in you, dragon. Pours himself another, takes a drink, continues on.
There's no dwarf in me. I don't even. That doesn't even make any sense. There can't be any dwarves in me, unless I'm eating one.
Pours himself another glass and drinks it. A little bit slower, but still drinks it.
No, I'm
Wasting
pretty.
all my high rolls.
I'm pretty sure there's some dwarf in you to be able to stay toe to toe with me in a drinking competition. He takes a bit of a deep breath, pours himself another drink, and it's a bit slower this time. He drinks this one back. And you can see he's wobbling a little bit. Hey, there must be some dwarf in you. And he puts it on the table. No turn now, latte.
All right. Hey, Tarbin, you still a betting man?
Perhaps. Depends on what we are betting on.
You want to bet that I stick it out longer than this beard?
What you say about me beard?
I am at loss for words. I don't know if I should. I mean, I am
Come
pretty.
on, stop being a wimp.
But you are slaughtering him. This is not even a competition. It is. It has gone to the point. If I actually say what I think about this, I'm gonna get thrown off the board.
I should have told you you're not talking.
Perfect.
He pours himself another glass and drinks it. Now that he feels like he's finally won something over Tarbin. But apparently he didn't.
Yeah, that would be your first fail.
Ugh. 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 Okay.
I knew no dragon could handle this. Pours himself a drink. And he just holds it to his lips for a while before he takes the drink. He's looking at you over the top of the glass.
Just kind of swaying.
Yeah, swaying in his seat a little bit, and he's just like, "Dwarfs never lose, lad."
Jeez.
And he takes it back. He just like smacks his lips. Dwarves never lose. You'll go.
Then you must have never had a drinking challenge with a dragonborn.
I drink dragons under the table. And I've just added you to the collection. That's your second fail. Do you want to RP your drunken defeat?
Did you say what was in this drink?
Hey. There's fish oil.
I'm gonna take up one of the cups while he's explaining one of the empty cups and sniff it.
The greatest dwarven ale you used to be able to ever find. All filtered through me own beard hair.
I believe this drink also contains a lot of regret.
Are you still talking?
No, I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now. So
Hey.
I'll go out.
Is the Vargo still awake? Oh, it's still going.
No, well, it's up to Zavago. Zavago would probably slumber sometime soon, though.
Vargo, you done drinking?
Shut up!
Kind of swings his glass around, trying to silence Arba.
I'm gonna beat this stupid dwarf.
You're not done yet, dragon. Alright then.
Pours himself another drink.
It's just like drinking milk. There's still a chance to back out with your dignity, dragon.
Okay. Hold on a second. It's just a tiny glass. I can do this. I can do this.
You sure you want to do that, Vargo?
What happens with a third failure?
That would be you out of the drinking game, and you would go into like a deep sleep. Or if it's a critical failure, I have something in mind.
Oh, please. Please.
Lore!
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
All right.
You just keep your balance. You're just swaying heavily. You just about keep sat on the seat. It looks like you were just about to go, but you've sort of just regained your composure.
See, I got this. I can do this.
That's pretty impressive.
As a mental note now,
15 or above. Because we've absolutely been hammering the drinks back here. Hey. There's definitely something about you, dragon. It's like he's got like this drunken twitch going on now. He's just like, hey. Hey. This'll be the last one, though, I can tell. Takes drink. It's a bit slow, a bit more like he's just rolling the glass around his lips a bit. He's just like, hey. He mentions so he mumbles something, but you're not sure what he's mumbled. And he sort of just like drops his head onto the glass after he's drank.
We lost Savargo.
There it is.
Sorry, I stood up too quick and it disconnected. My fault. We're good. It's not connection issues.
I'm gonna use that the next time I'm out drinking and then just stand up too quick.
So I was just saying, Captain Maud's like his head's rested on the glass now. He's looking a little bit worse for wear, and he just puts the glass back on the table and he's going, "Your turn, dragon."
Okay. 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 All right.
He grabs a glass and he kind of starts trying to grab the bottle. He's very much missing the bottle. So he slides the glass around the table and kind of tips the bottle best he can and slowly pours it out. It's starting to spill everywhere, though. He's got the glass in front of him now.
Okay. Last one.
Captain Maud's just like watching, waiting to see if you're gonna fall. He's expecting it to happen. He's just like, yeah.
After he swigs it, he slams the glass down on the table. Very proud of himself.
Strength check. The table flips and flings the bottle and the two glasses overboard. Where? Dragon!
Sorry.
That was bloody hilarious! And he just lets out this huge mega laugh. And he's just lost it now. He's just in a fit of hysterics.
And Zavargo kind of topples off of the chair.
Captain Mo goes over to Zavargo and he's like patting him on the back, still laughing. He thinks Zavargo's now like he should be part of the crew type of thing, you know?
Zavargo can't really say anything right now. His entire world is spinning.
That was bloody amazing. No one stood toe to toe with me like that. It's a long time ago. He turns to first mate and he's like, "Yeah, make sure this dragon has a real bed and he's not sleeping on a bloody mat over here."
No.
I go up to Zavargo and say, "Hey, let's just get you to that bed now. I think you need some sleep."
To bed?
And I help him up and try to guide him towards a place to rest.
Get to bed.
Well, you'll be probably going to sleep one way or another, so let's sleep somewhere comfortable.
Is it nighttime?
Sure.
Good. Then that means you can't be out because don't you like sunlight or something?
Well, of course I like sunlight, but the darkness is okay.
Whatever.
As you're led to bed by Armour, several of the crew pat you on the back as well, and they're like, yeah, giving a good cheer. They've got clenched fists, and they're like, "Yes, they're very impressed that you've managed to go toe to toe with the captain, because nobody has. Nobody's ever went toe to toe with Captain Mold in a drinking competition.
At this point, I'm passed out.
The rest of the voyage is pretty, easy going. I'm not going to say smooth sailing. It's pretty easy going, and you find yourself, after several days, you're in the Sea of Swords. You've never left the coastline. The coastline's always been there to see. That's what's been guiding you south. You've passed some of the little islands, past the islands where Candlekeep is, which is a very mystical place. There's a huge library in there, but you can only go in if you've been invited, or if you bring a rare book. So it's a strange place. And you keep going south, and you're in the Sea of Swords. And after a few days, you hear on the deck, "Land ahead!" One of the shipmates has called out that there's land ahead. And Captain Mode's appeared on deck, and he's like, "Aye, we'll just stay here for now. Further south, that's where the pirates are. Nalantha Isles, notorious for pirating. But I think we'll be alright with a dragon on board, eh, lad?"
You got that right.
Like, over the past 10 days, if it's okay with you, Savarga, you've pretty much been integrated as a member of the crew. You've been accepted as part of the crew, and Captain Mode has a lot of faith in you. He's not too sure about armor, he's not too sure about law, he absolutely detests Torben. But as far as he's concerned, you're alright. Yeah, you're alright. You've got a real bed, you've got a real cabin. You're not just sleeping in the cargo hold with the other three.
Oh, good.
There used to be a nice place there called Velen, but I haven't been there for a long, long time. And the last I heard, the pirates had taken it over. Now we need to stop somewhere for supplies, because we're running a wee bit thin. If we stop at Velen and it's full of pirates, supplies are going to be hard. But if we turn back and go to Athkatla, that's going to put another 10 days on our journey. What do you want to do? Anyone?
I think we should just go to Velen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
handle a few pirates. Psh. We'll just send Stiffy after them.
Does Tarbin know anything about this area?
Not about Velen, no. He's been to Athkatla, but I don't know. Would Tarbin know anything particular about either of these?
Do a history check, please.
Let's see. That's okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. You know that before you left, you had heard pretty much confirmed reports that Velen had been taken over by a pirate lord, and you're guessing that on your travels since then, it's probably turned into something of a pirate stronghold. Velen used to be this amazing place, a very fortified tower, but it followed into a little, not disrepair, but it isolated itself from the rest of the Sword Coast and Faerun. Or Faerun, sorry. And because it did that, trade stopped coming its way, money stopped coming its way, and it sort of just disbanded really and became a bit of an abandoned place, which allowed the pirates to take it over. You're not sure if they've rebuilt any of the fortifications or anything like that, but you do know that pirates are there. And Athkatla is as you remember it. Nothing's changed about it.
So it's basically just a city with nothing noteworthy right now.
Nothing noteworthy about Athkatla, just a nice port. Has a major seaport, and it's quite a trade-heavy place.
In that case, I'll ask Captain Mood. Like, Captain, how are you with pirates? Are you on good terms with pirates?
We usually just outrun them, lad.
Because Velen is full of pirates, so we can go there if you think we'll be all right. But
Hi. He strokes his big old bushy toilet brush beard, and it's like not a coordinated smooth stroke. It's like fingers through like knotted hair type of thing. It's like, hey. And he's pulling this weird face as he does it. Pirates. Well, you know, we've never had a run-in with the pirates. And pirates can always be bargained with. And in some cases, they're more honest and upfront about being rip-off merchants than some of the actual rip-off merchants in Athkatla. So we can always go to Velen.
well, there you go then. Off to Velen it is.
Okay, so he set sail for Velen. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just saying that I assume this is some kind of a since we are gathered and discussing this, I assume it's some kind of a food situation, like, or is it a separate meeting outside of anything?
It's I should have explained that. Yeah, you've gathered around like not the captain's table, but you've gathered around the common room table, and you've started to eat it's before bed. You're starting to eat your supper.
In that case, I'll raise those toast after he said that we're going to Velen. To Velen it is. To pirates.
Captain Mo just puts his hand on his head. Oh, for crying out loud. Is there any chance you'll not say something stupid?
But you
Probably
just,
not.
You just said that they were better thieves than the thieves in Athkatla.
Laddie, I've been a little bit lenient with you over the last 10 days, but I think I'm gonna say it again. Stop talking!
That was just gonna be utterly confused as to why things keep going wrong.
Captain Mode turns to Zavago and he's just like, how long have you been with this clown?
Not much longer than you have.
You've got the patience of a bloody saint.
He's not all bad. Cut him some slack.
And those other two, they hardly say a word. Stiffy and Stabby over there.
Okay. I usually don't say something unless something needs to be said.
I'm still coughing blood up from that fight.
You all would be
A
back
bit
to
of
full
A
health.
little while.
Yeah, you all would have had a long rest by now. You'd all be back to full health.
Oh, good. I was going to ask about that.
Hey, well, look, I like it that yous have kept yourself to yourself and you're not sprouting out shite like W over there. But some of the lads are starting to wonder. Are yous criminals?
No. Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm an upstanding member of of an order of monks and a devout follower of Light of Lathan. Criminal, probably the farthest thing from the truth for me. So far.
You know what, Mode? I'll just tell you. I ran with criminals before.
Aye. And did they run away from you?
I took him down. I'm not with him anymore.
Look, I don't judge. I got a little bit suspicious when people aren't going to chat. Chatting's all we have on this boat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stiffy, this
Yes.
Lathander,
Yeah.
remind me about him. There's too many of these gods to follow them all.
Oh, that's understandable. Well, Thunder is he's the god of the. He watches over the earliest parts of the day, and watches over new beginnings, birth, and when people set out on new voyages. And it's good to ask for his guidance whenever you're trying something new. And he believes in trying to help and foster hope and promote new ideas and prosperity for all humankind, and any other humanoid creature.
Ah. Alright then, so when you want to try something new, you pray to Lathander.
I do. Before we set out on this voyage with you, I prayed for guidance and that he would see us through, and he
Alright.
has so far.
Well, I'd like to take a little prayer to Lathander right now,
Okay.
as I would like to try something brand new. I'm going to pray to Lathander for a little bit of patience. And he just eyeballs Torben.
Well, that's a good thing to have, and he may be willing to help you. Here, I'll be sure to mention that in my prayers and whenever I try to communicate with him.
Hey, thanks,
But-
laddie.
He may
Tarbus
be
going to
able
be
to help
very
you out.
understanding. Tarbus going to be very understanding. Go, yes, I believe that is actually God for. Yes.
Oh my god. Seriously. I told you to shut up.
See,
It's
see
all
he,
I
he seems
understand.
very short on patience.
Tarby, maybe you should stop talking to him.
And you, Stabby. Are you one of them religious folks as well?
No. I only believe in coin.
Well, you know, that's as true as anything else in this world. Maybe she'll send you out to barter with the pirates.
Maybe.
Okay, so the rest of the conversation goes, and Captain Mode retires and turns the night, and you all go to bed. Anything you would like to do?
Not particularly for Torben, at least. He's gonna probably do a ritual with the comprehend languages and read some in his book.
Okay.
Is that what they call it?
Armor's just gonna be sure to wake up early if he can and send out another and meditate early in the morning, and be sure to mention Captain Mode.
Zavargo's actually gonna go to his quarters and play his drums for a little while because he hasn't in a long time.
His drums.
His drums. He has drums.
Okay, so you are all on this deck right now. Zavargo, you're fine in that quarters. They are your quarters. And everyone else, you're sleeping in this bit here. You can place yourself anywhere you like within the middle of the boat.
So we're sleeping below deck?
Yeah.
All right.
Oops, wrong thing.
So
I don't know how to tell you, Armor, but you're gonna die.
So there's quite like a rhythmic rhythm to the boat itself. It's swaying with the waves, and it's quite relaxing. And even Zavargo's weird. Zavargo, do some drum beats for us.
Boom, 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 boom.
And even Zavargo's drum beats are sort of like matching the way that the ship's moving. It's helping you fall asleep. Armor's now sleeping in the sea.
The noise and this devil chasing me. I must escape.
And you can hear like the waves crashing against the side of the ship as it goes. The night shift crew are up on the top deck, making sure the ship is staying course, not going too fast. It's still heading towards Velen. And the other crew have all returned to their quarters, and they're all asleep as well. Tarbin is propped up reading his book, I think.
Yes.
Yep. Armor, are you praying or asleep?
Yeah.
And Law, what you doing?
Just probably playing with my little bird thing
Playing Weebird thing, okay.
while laying down.
Is that a euphemism?
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the crew members who you recognise were the people who came on from Baldur's Gate have appeared in where you're sleeping as well. At first they don't say anything. They're just looking your way, and they're slowly starting to move towards you, Law.
Uh-oh.
What would you like to do?
Shoot up to my feet.
I was already ready to have some snappy comebacks from Tarbin to say that, okay, fine, I'll leave Captain Mode alone, but okay.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. Have you come to hear about Lathander, or would you like more info about him? I'd be more than willing to talk to you about the great Lathander.
I'm just gonna have my hand like kind of on my dagger's hilt.
The one in the middle. He speaks. We have a message from the guild. He's addressing Law.
And
We know you killed Swiftfoot.
I didn't. I wasn't even there that day.
Silence! Foul creature of Baal. We have come to claim what is rightfully ours, and that is your head.
Can I cast a spell now?
Sure.
I want to cast Sleep on this point here.
Okay.
Oh. Damn.
So that's 27 hit points.
He just like passes out.
So starting with the creature that has the least hit point, that one person probably falls asleep.
It's a great roll.
He's like mid sentence.
I'll be honest, it could have been a lot better. That's
Yeah, so
roughly average roll.
he falls asleep,
Quite a bit above average.
and he falls asleep.
No. They both fall asleep.
They both fall asleep.
Then I'm just gonna get up to my feet if I can, and walk halfway towards that third guy. It appears your compatriot has fallen asleep. Are you willing to do this alone?
He just shouts out, "For the guild!" and he charges you. Roll initiative.
Holy fuck! I was not expecting that. It was nice knowing you.
Zavargo, meanwhile, is just bumming.
Can't hear anything.
No,
He's getting really into it. There's sweat dripping off of him.
he has no idea that the intensity of his drums is matching the battle below.
Oh, for some reason, I was just imagining, a full modern rock and roll drum set with double bass drums and just something like a scene out of, I don't know if you guys have seen the old TV series Dinosaurs. I
Yeah.
believe they had a band in it.
No.
Right, so initiatives or
Yes, please.
Hopefully somebody's got the decency to tell Zavargo what's going on.
Armor, what's your dexterity?
Modifier is
Modifier,
3.
yeah.
16.
And Law, what's your modifier?
For dexterity,
Yeah.
3.
Ugh. Both of you roll again?
Initiative? Roll
Yeah,
initiative.
yeah. Okie dokie. Right then. We're gonna do it like this. The bandit's gonna get his attack, and then it's gonna go Armor, Law, then Zavargo. We can return back to the top. Does that make sense?
so I used mine already, or
Yeah, we'll play it like that.
sure.
So he charges forward and he shouted, "For the guild!" And he stabs out with his dagger.
That would actually not hit.
And yeah, he misses. He misses. The boat sort of like rocks over a wave as he goes to attack, and it's enough just to make his arm swing up too much, and he misses over your shoulder. Next is Armor.
Alright, I'd like to. These two fell asleep, right? The other two?
Yeah, they're asleep.
Okay, I'd like to run over to them and pull out my rope and try to tie them up together.
Okay, there is a chance that might wake them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best to not wake them up while I'm tying them up. But yeah, there's
Okay,
some
do
fun in that.
a. So you're going to try and tie them both up in one action.
Yeah, just basically. It's
So you'd have to drag their bodies together, put them back to back.
no. Okay,
No?
yeah. I'm just gonna tie up this the one closer to the wall and try to tie him up and attach him to something secure him to something on
Okay.
the deck, like a little
Do
spiker.
a dexterity check.
Straight dexterity. All right.
Okay, so you start wrapping the rope around him, and you actually knock his face as you're wrapping the rope around his back, and it's enough to wake him up. He's awake now. He's startled and to his feet.
All right. He's not secured at all.
He isn't secured at all.
All right, and that's all I'm doing.
Okay, next is Law.
I that other guy will be asleep for how long?
Indefinitely.
Oh, okay.
Well, like an hour, I think it is, isn't it?
Forever.
I think it's a minute.
Yeah, it's
Oh, is it only a minute? I mean, well, that's going to be a while because it's in battle. Or until someone wakes him up.
or until I get hit and fail a concentration check.
Yeah.
I don't think it is concentration though.
It is. Oh no, actually no, you're right. It says concentration, but it's not. I checked, so yeah, it's not a concentration this turn, but it's
If
still 1 minute.
if I'm using that dagger that I was given, what do I do for that? +1 to my roll or what?
+1 to your attack and +1 to your damage. So you have to probably edit the thing in your character sheet.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I
Attack.
mean, you can just do it manually now if you like, or there should be a dagger +1 in the compendium.
Okay, so it's +1 to the roll and the damage, or just the damage?
Both.
Yeah, you should be able to drag a dagger +1 out of the Roll20 compendium thing. Compendium.
Okay, where is that?
It's the information sign on the right hand side. It's right in the middle.
Oh.
So if you type dagger in there, it'll tell you there's a dagger, dagger +1, +2, +3, dagger of venom, and vicious dagger.
Okay. Oops.
And then you should just be able to drag that into your character sheet under weapons, I think it is, or attacks.
You have to drag it into the inventory, into an open spot in the inventory, and it should
yeah, sorry.
automatically the attacks section.
Okay. I think I need to do this. It's not working when I do that.
Okay, so just while Law's fixing that up, just a little reminder, you can attack to kill or attack to knock out.
Okay.
When doing melee. Or melee, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Not that there might be any reason not to kill these people.
Well, we have the other ones that are asleep. The one talking is probably the most important one. Okay, I'm just going to stab this bitch.
I see someone's made a little dagger +1 note. I think that was me. Okay, you ready? Go.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Roll damage. Okay, roll play your attack. You've hit.
Okay. While is he still charging him?
He like ran forward and missed his attack.
Okay. I'm gonna come up on him on his side, just like thrust my dagger at him, and pierce him in the side.
He like winces as you pierce his side. It's like, "Argh!" And he like totally doubles over to the side that you just stabbed him into. Next is Bandit number 1, the one who's just woken up from his slumber. As he gets up, he just says, "You shall not stop the guild," and he swings out to attack Armor. But he's a bit groggy and a bit sleepy, and he totally misses. Next is Savago. Are you still playing your drums?
Still playing my drums. There hasn't been anything loud enough for him to hear.
Okay. Then it is Tarbin again.
Since we're underneath the deck, probably.
Yeah.
Where would the exit be?
The exits are the 4 stairs in the corner. They go up onto the deck.
Hang on. So we are on the poop deck. We are not underneath the deck.
You are underneath. Those 4 stairs go up onto the main deck.
Okay. No, I was just thinking that how to get to where Zavargo is, because if we are underneath the deck and he is
Zavargo's under the deck as well. He's on the same level you are.
in that case, I'm just gonna shout from the top of my lungs, Zavargo, we could use you now.
Perception, please, Zavargo.
There you
Wow.
go.
Spider
There you go.
senses.
Huh?
Is that all you say?
That's it. He's alert now. Throws the drums to the side, and he's up and ready for whenever it's his turn now.
Alrighty.
He can't very well move.
Next up is Bandit 3. And he's like looking at you now. Law. You've just stabbed him in the side. And he's the person, well, you're the person he was sent to kill anyway, so he turns to look at you and he swings out with his dagger again. And it's not the greatest attack in the world. You sort of just, again, the ship rocks up as he stabs out, and he stabs you on the thigh.
Who hired you?
The guild!
They should get their money back.
They'll get it back with your head. Next up is Armor.
Alright, I'm gonna pull out my staff and smack the one that just woke up with my staff. I'm trying to hit him in the head.
You hit.
And then I'm going to I'm gonna bring up my elbow and smack him with that, and I'll try to kick him in the leg with my foot. I'll spin my floaty blows. So there's the elbow. Guessing that hits.
Yep.
And the foot.
They both hit.
Oh, that was a double click. So yeah,
And
it's 12. 17 total.
so you've knocked this guy unconscious. Or you've killed him. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said that. I want to just knock him out. I don't want to.
Okay, so your barrage of blows beats this bandit below the decks. And he
fell asleep again.
yeah, he's bloop. Next up is Zavargo.
Well, hearing everything he just heard, he rushes out of his room and makes his way to where everything is happening. That's about as far as he can move. So when he slams open the door into this deck area, sees everything going on, and in a panic pulls out a hand axe, and he is going to throw it at the nearest person.
Please don't be Tarvin. Please don't be Tarvin.
No, he's throwing it at the bandit that's kind of trying to attack Lore, that he sees attacking Lore.
Okay, do it with advantage. Yeah, that hits.
Who are you guys?
And, he's the kind of person who attacks and asks questions later, like an idiot.
Okay, so that axe is lodged now into the left shoulder blade of the bandit guy, the guild guy, and he's like, "Ugh." Next up is Tarbin.
Tarvin's gonna shove him.
You're gonna shove him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like just top him over. Let's see what happens.
Strength
Uh,
or athletics, maybe.
Athletics?
Yeah,
perhaps?
athletics. Yeah.
All right.
Turban falls.
Mind you, that is not a natural one.
Sadly. So you go to push this guy, and as you push with your force, the ship sort of rolls towards you, pushing his weight against you, and you find yourself, you can't able to push him. He doesn't move at all. But it's the bandit's go now. The guy that has just had a hand axe thrown into his shoulder. He looks at Law in the eyes. Takes his dagger. He puts it to his own throat.
Kills himself? What a weirdo.
And he does. He kills himself. And he just collapses dead at your feet. And the blood starts to roll with the ship's roll. It's just coming out of his neck. Pouring
Who
out.
hired them?
Next
I'm
is
sorry, I did not realize I pushed it hard.
next is armor. You must have got him with like a hangnail.
All right, so there's the one over here that just killed himself. I'm going to tie up this one that's now unconscious that I knocked out, and
Okay.
finish tying him up, and remove all his weapons and anything else. Search his body, make sure there's nothing else on him.
Okay, yeah, that's done. You don't have to roll for that. He's unconscious. He's gone.
All right.
So he's all tied up. You've got his weapons. You have a dagger and a short bow.
Okay. And then I'll turn towards the other one and see if he does anything. The one that's still asleep.
He is still asleep, and it's Law's go.
Well, this guy's dead, right?
He is dead.
and he's sleeping, and the other one is being tied up.
Yeah,
Well, there's
He's
one that's just
sleeping.
sleeping.
and he's tied up, unconscious.
I don't know what to do. I just come a little closer, I guess. See what happens from there. I can't kill sleeping people.
You can ready an action if he wakes up.
I guess I'll just prep my bow or something.
Okay, so you're saying if he wakes up, you will fire a shot from your bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Zhivago, it's your go.
Well, I'm just gonna walk up and I'm gonna take my hand axe back out of this guy.
Okay, it's buried so deep in his shoulder blade that as you pull it out, you lift the body off the floor a bit, and then it slides off the blade and crashes back to the floor.
So what did happen? What happened here, Tarbin?
I don't know. These people showed up.
So you screamed for me, and I just tried to kill somebody without really knowing why? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, if it feels any better, he tried to knife me first.
So is everybody in here dead?
No, this
No.
one. These two aren't.
Hmm.
We have one dead, we have one unconscious, and we have one sleeping.
Sleeping? What's he sleeping for?
Apparently, my voice was soothing enough to make him fall asleep.
It was a rough day.
Do we need to kill him?
We should.
Do we need to kill them? Why not just tie him up and then figure out what to do with him?
Were these the new members of the crew or something?
Yes, they were. They joined the crew at Baldur's Gate.
I believe we should not kill them. I believe Captain Maud will probably want to talk to them.
We should kill them just because of their incompetence.
Also, they seem to be after you, Lore.
After you?
Yeah.
What'd you do to them, Lore?
Nothing.
So just random, mysterious crew members are just trying to kill you? Is it because you're the only woman on board, or is it because you're a demon?
Probably both.
Racist and sexist.
Yeah.
Definitely tie them
So
up.
we should probably kill them.
I don't think we should kill them. That doesn't seem right. They're defenseless and not moving right now. I don't feel like that's the right thing to do.
He does look kind of cute when he's sleeping.
I guess.
Well,
the
why don't we
drool
wake
is
him
a
up and
little
ask him?
endearing.
Well, okay. Well, let's take off his weapons. Let's make sure he can't do anything else, and then we'll this one up. Zavargo, you could hold him. You could make sure he
Can't reach
doesn't
him in
hold
this
his
action.
arms.
I
Can we
can't
at
reach him
least
in this action.
castrate them?
Well, I'm assuming this is just the talking over the next part, unless we're still in turns.
I'm trying to decide what to do with my action.
Okay. Are we
Yes,
still in combat turns?
It all depends what Zavago does.
Okay.
Naturally.
Well, if they ain't doing anything more, I don't know how happy Captain Mode would be about us killing his crew.
Oops.
Yeah, I guess we better tie him up and wait till he wakes up.
I'm just gonna start walking over. No reason for me to ready any kind of action because I don't assume he's gonna do anything. So
You could dash if you wanted to get closer. Just
I have no reason to dash.
You wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to go there because that's where law is.
I'm trying to.
Ow!
I'm right here. I'm walking over there.
Yeah, so combat's over. You successfully tie up the sleeping bandit. You've disarmed him. You've got his weapons, similar to before, a dagger and a short bow. How would you like to wake him up?
I'll cut him.
You'll what? Cut him?
Yeah.
Well, he's at full hit points, so he's gonna wake up as soon as he takes damage. So
Okay, I'm assuming this isn't going to be a deep cut anyway.
No, just like a little cut.
Okay, sleight of hand. Check, please.
did you say the other ones had? Well, all of them had daggers on them.
Yeah, they all had daggers and a short bow.
I'll grab a short bow and some daggers.
Yeah, Captain Mode doesn't let his crew be heavily armed.
Or
In
you can
case
have
of
these
mutiny.
daggers too, Tarbin. This other guy had one.
All right.
Okay, so you cut this man on the... Where'd you cut him?
On the face.
Okay, so you cut him across the cheek like Robin Hood did to the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he wakes up. He's like, oh, that hurts. He like holds his face where you've cut him. And like the realization that he can't reach his face comes, it's clear to see because he's tied up. He's just like, oh, shit. And he looks up at you, Law. What do you want?
What do you want?
He spits at your feet. Told you, the guild sent me for your head.
You want another cut? I think that's what it sounds like.
You know the
Hey.
price for killing one of our own.
You were just about to kill me.
You're not part of the guild anymore. You killed Swiftfoot.
I did not kill Swiftfoot.
That's not what.
Jasper did. Or at least I think he did.
That's what Jasper said about you. You killed Swiftfoot.
That half-elf piece of shit. I'll kill him.
You know how it works. He's a higher rank than you. His word over yours.
Well, he's full of shit.
You can see the man struggling in the rope, trying to loosen himself.
I suggest you stop moving before I let this dragonborn eat you.
He looks over to the dragonborn, and he just stops moving. He's like, go on then. kill me. Get it over with.
Judging by your incompetence, I don't think it'd be worth my time or my skill.
Just kill me. I'm not gonna say a word.
I'll leave him to the dragonborn.
I'm just gonna fumble with my short bow as I walk up and go, maybe I could use him for target practice. And then I drop the bow.
Do you need some salt, Svargo, for your dinner?
It's been a long time since I eat one of you.
The man just starts to move like uncomfortably in the bindings. And as you approach Zavargo, you see that Captain Mode appears from his quarters, and his quarters are the big ones to the left. And he comes out and he comes through the common, the captain's room there. He comes out of this door and he just looks over and he's just like, "What the bloody hell's going on here?"
What's it look like, Captain Mode?
It looks like bloody mutiny. Are you trying to take over my ship?
No, that's ridiculous. Lord, tell him what's happening.
These fools were hired by the guild to come kill me, but they failed because they're incompetent. They should be ashamed.
He walks over to the unconscious guy and looks at his face. He's like, "Hey!" He looks over to the others too and he's just like, "These joined at Baldur's Gate. I didn't have to pay them much either. I just thought I was getting cheap crew. I've never hired these before. Why they after you?"
I don't know if I can trust him enough to tell him the truth.
Well, you can lie. You can totally lie.
Racist. They don't like
Tiefling haters, eh?
Yeah.
Aye. I know people take it to the extreme.
And I'm a woman. So.
Aye.
I knew it!
I don't know if you were all aware, but I am a woman.
Well, I'm sorry that's happened on my ship, lassie.
It makes sense.
And he kicks the unconscious one.
I guess I'll be okay. After some, like, time and maybe food.
Well, I'm gonna throw that dead one over there overboard. You two, well, what you do with these two, entirely up to you. Utter scum. And he walks back into his quarters. Well, he turns to walk back into his quarters.
Can I check if he has any money on him, the corpse?
Yeah, sure.
I'd like to call out the mode before he goes. Do you have any jail cells or anywhere we can put these guys for their voyage, and then we can deal with them at Velen?
Aye. I've got a tiny brig below deck. So there's a deck underneath the deck we're in, which is like the cargo hold where all the cargo is. It's where the kitchen is as well, and the brig is like, it's a makeshift brig. It's an empty room that has a locked door. Put him in there. I can't promise I'm not gonna have a few punches on them though.
Fair enough. Who has keys to the brig?
Only me and the first officer. The first mate.
Okay. Very well. I'll get him to help me put them in the brig.
Aye, that'd be a good thing to do. He's like, Captain Mo's a bit angry, a bit cross with himself that he's hired these three that would put the crew at jeopardy, really. And he just walks back in, slams the door behind him. Tarbin, you find that there are 5 silver pieces on the body.
All right, thank you.
a note of employment from Captain Mode.
I'll pocket that.
Oh no, and that's all you find on that body.
All right. Yeah, this one is prime for throwing overboard now.
I'm gonna bend down and check the bonds on both of them and make sure they're secure and won't be able to escape or anytime soon. And then I'm gonna go find the first mate.
Okay, do a perception check.
I want to check if they have any money on them as well.
Okay, armor. You can see that the bonds are absolutely secure on both prisoners, and they will not be able to get out of the bonds or help each other out of the bonds anyway.
Great.
And Torben,
And I'm going to throw the corpse overboard.
okay,
I'll take care of that.
Torben, you find 5 silver on each of the people, and you also find a note of employment on each of the people from Captain Mode, and on the leader, which is the one still alive, you find a cryptic note. It doesn't seem to be written in any language you recognize.
So it's written using
Like a cipher.
cipher, but
Yeah.
it's written used characters of the common language, but it's just unreadable.
Yes.
All right.
Zavago, do you want to roleplay throwing the guy overboard?
Now, this deck right here, this is the deck where we can throw people overboard, right? We're on the main.
There are holes for the ballistas to fire through.
Okay. Cool. So Zvargo, go ahead. I keep clicking too much. Zvargo picks up the corpse and very dramatically makes a big show about walking him over to the edge. Very glad that he gets to get rid of the corpse. And when he gets to the edge, he uses the body to kind of push the ballista out of the way. And as he's throwing him out, he makes sure the head bangs against the edge as it goes out the window.
Okay. So yeah, the guy falls down the side of the boat, its head banging a few times, and on the last one it goes down, his head sort of like snaps back a bit. It doesn't totally decapitate, but it's enough for it to tear the slice in his own neck that he made, and his head snaps back, leaving bloodstains down the side of the boat.
Oh, now I remember. Actually, I remembered while he was carrying, but I didn't interrupt him, so that's fine. We still had 2 more guys. These people probably have some kind of leather armor on them, don't they?
Yes.
Is it a light leather armor, or is it something slightly more heavier?
It is just like a standard leather armor. It's not light. It's heavier than light.
So 12 plus dex?
Yes, you would need 12 plus dex. Yes.
So yeah, so I mean the AC would be 12 plus dex then, I guess. Is it is it quality?
Do a perception check.
Where's the thing?
Okay, you can tell that of the 2 people remaining, the one who came across as the leader, his leather armor seems to be in better condition, better, more maintained. The one who's unconscious, his armor is like, it looks like hand-me-down armor. Like you get the impression that he's new. This is perhaps his first day, and he's just been given like the most ragtag armor they could find. The stitching's loose on it. It's got scratches and scrapes, and the leather's a bit cracked around the shoulders.
All right. Hang on. It's studded leather then, probably.
The leader's is studded leather. the first day guy, his probably was studded leather at some point, but it's so old and so badly maintained that like some of the studded bits around the joints have came out, and it's probably less than studded armor now.
In that case, I'm gonna start to the best of my capability to undress the leader.
What the hell are you doing?
Lord, would you give me a hand with this?
Get your hands off me!
Mm-hmm.
He's like struggling while he's tied up. He's just like, why? You gotta make me naked.
You keep struggling, and you're gonna get eaten.
He's trying to kick out. He's like, you are not stripping me naked.
You have the option of staying awake for this or being asleep for this. Up to you.
What kind of people are you?
The kind of people who require a new set of armor. Now please hold still.
He spits at your feet.
I am one of the people who will decide your fate once we get into shore. I
Just
would
kill me
suggest...
already.
Oh no. There is no chance I will kill you. You have not suffered nearly enough. But if you're kind enough, maybe we will ease your suffering.
He resists as best as he can from being stripped naked, but you manage to take his armor off.
Nice. I'm gonna just to gloat, I'm gonna let's see, what spells do I have? Yes, I'm gonna use prestidigitation to make my hand glow slightly with a slight dim glow, and then just go, you know what this is? These are magical powers. I can kill you and then heal you back again and kill you again many times over.
Deception check, please.
That is not deception. That is actually. Well, he's gonna be sure. He's gonna be unconscious. Sure, fine.
He totally believes you. You can see that he just visibly calms down once you've said that, and he's just like, oh, what a messed up group of people. You've got a demon, a dragon, and a perverted, messed up wizard.
I'm just gonna lean in and still be at a safe distance, but lean in towards his ear and whisper, "You should have asked for more money." All right. I assume that the armor is roughly my size.
Yeah.
So I can just upgrade to get my armor class to 12.
Not a problem.
Nice, thanks. And I actually probably look like a leader from the guild now.
Yes, this as you start to look over the armor a bit more, you do recognize that it's not like, not traditional, but it does look different to other studded leather armor you've seen, and you can see that there is a small, almost indistinguishable sort of insignia on the left shoulder that would signify a rank. It's possible that Law would recognize what it meant.
Lord, could you perhaps tell me what this is?
So, Law, you know that is a rank from the guild. Sorry, I left you hanging there. And you explained to Tarbin that it's a rank used to signify not a captain, but sort of like the leader of a small group of agents within the guild who are used to go out and do their jobs.
All right. Is it? I can probably. It's probably sewn onto the armor then.
It's not sewn on as much. It's like a mark within the armor itself. So when the armor's been tanned and molded and crafted, the mark's sort of being embeveled into the armor.
Oh, crap in a handbasket. I'll keep it then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. What will Torben do with the guild armor? Will Savago eat the prisoners? What will the party discover at Velen? We'll have to find out next week.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Yay! Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I've been watching loads of original Dragon Ball lately.
Or
I've been binge watching. I've never watched it before, so I've just like binge watched. I'm up
I
to.
I heard the original Dragonborn.
It's a show about Svargo.
Oh, Dragon Ball? No, Dragon. Dragon Ball.
I've been watching a lot of Zavarga lately.
Oh yeah.
Oh, does he know?
It's fine. His passive perception is low.
Too busy playing the drums.
He gets really into that drum beat.
He had a good
Yeah.
groove
He
going.
gets,
He's
he
got
gets
like,
very into it.
I mean, he even looks like he has some dreadlocks going on there.
I hate it because that's not supposed to be the permanent image of Zavargo. That's
I
just
don't.
a borrowed image, but it's very quickly becoming him.
We'll have to.
I
We'll have to
need to
find one.
get some actual art done or something.
Well, I'm gonna get these recordings up on hopefully iTunes at some point, and then what we'll do is we'll get fan art. Draw Savago.
Because that's how it works.
Free art.
In 100 years' time.
I'm hesitant to ask anybody to draw Tarban now because somebody was asking for characters to draw on the Dungeons Discord. And then I asked them to draw Tarban, and 2 hours later, he hasn't said anything on that server since. It's been a month now.
He just quit.
Yeah. But Tarban.
Armor's just like this floating. It kind of reminds me of a monster from Doom. You know those floating red monsters from Doom?
Mm. The one with the well, sort of almost observers, but with no extra eyes.
Yeah. He's like a beholder, yeah.
A cuckoo demon.
Taco demon. Tonight's went really fast. I'm trying to. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't done much, but we must have.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Enjoy
next
it.
time when you get to Velen,
Yay.
Yay, and I
We
can
nearly-
sell those guys as sex slaves.
we are nearly at the jungle.
Whoa.
Oh, before you all go, level 3.
Hey.
Nice.
Yay.
Decision time. Decision time. Decision time.
In that case, I'm just gonna do some rolls.
Okay, Savago, if you want to be the barbarian subclass from the Sword Coast book, that's only for dwarves. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Battle Rager.
Yeah, you can be, and we'll work that in story-wise, roleplay-wise. It might mean you delay picking a subclass for yourself at level 3 until you find someone who can teach you to be a battle rager.
That's. See, I'm considering doing the multi-class now that I discussed, but
Yeah.
the issue is there's not.
There's no cleric around who could.
Yeah, there's not
Teaching,
any in-world way I would know that right now, except from remembering what I learned from the monks. So.
There could be like an intervention from Lathander during one of your.
Yeah, that's what I was considering. I was considering saying, okay, I've been meditating, speaking Thunder, and looking for guidance, and he has gifted me these abilities, and something like that.
Yeah, we could do it that way as well.
What is it? Hit dice plus what? Oh my god, really?
1 extra
Oh,
HP.
I'm sticking with the average.
That can't be right. No, you've put plus minus 1.
Oh, what
Yeah,
the
well,
hell?
that is how it works.
If her constitution
Oh, you are.
is
You are -1.
negative,
Sorry.
Then
Yeah.
That was
Oh
a
my-
rookie mistake, putting -1 in Constitution.
Oh my god.
okay, so that's
What is your health?
6.
14.
Oh, that means I nearly knocked you unconscious before.
Yeah. So what is? I just add 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ha! Mine was 14. Now it's 21.
15.
Set.
Yeah.
Mine was 15. Now I'm 21. Hey.
Oh, okay. So there's like an average you can pick. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can take the average die roll plus your constitution.
Okay.
So yours would have
Next
been 3.
time.
Well, I think the average is 5. Or yeah, for a D8 would be 5.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Well, because that's what it says in the book when you
yeah, yes,
level
yes,
up
it
is
is.
Oh.
1 D8
Um,
or 5 plus your constitution. So she would gain 4 if she had decided to do that.
Lost,
It's
what's
okay.
your strength modifier?
-2.
All right, never mind then.
Where are all your points?
We didn't do
In
points per roll.
dexterity, wisdom. Well, intelligence and wisdom are both 13. Charisma and dexterity are my highest.
Yeah, I see them.
Were you thinking of going some kind of arcane trickster thing, or?
I think I was going assassin.
Because if you're going assassin, I would suggest that you talk kindly to Chris if you can switch out your intelligence and constitution, because you do nothing with the intelligence, but you're in serious trouble with the constitution.
It might have been. I might have planned to do arcane then,
All right.
because I know I looked at stuff when I was doing it. I'm fine with arcane trickster actually.
That's okay. Nothing's set in stone just yet. If you need to
Fine.
swap it around, you can.
I'll
I'll
look
have to
around.
think.
I'll look later.
Yeah.
But I will see you guys later.
Bye.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
I'll have to think about whether I'm gonna take that level, multi-class an hour, wait another level, but I'll decide before next week.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Yep. See ya. Chris.
Yeah.
I believe I get to join a college of lore, but I don't think we're gonna get anywhere soon to any place where I could actually do anything with a college of lore.
Yeah. Okay, bit of a spoiler for you. We will be stopping at Callum's Port after Velen.
That's sure, but I mean, at this rate, I'm fairly certain that we will not dock and leave a pirate city without some minor encounters.
Probably not.
So it's likely that we'll have at least, I'm speculating wildly, but at least 2 encounters, if not 3, while I'm just
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I would suggest that I would join the College of Lore, just without actually looking up one of them.
How can we work that in?
Well, I have traveled some, so I could have just come across some bards.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Also, I could be picking up. I mean, because I was thinking of going College of Lore, so I can pick up the cutting words from the depending on how the pirate thing goes. But either I can pick up cutting words from the way the pirates talk, or I can pick up cutting words from the sharp words coming out of Captain Mode's mouth.
Yeah.
And then I also gained proficiency with 3 skills of my choice, and I don't remember which those are. I decided on them before, but they're going to be things that aren't that far-fetched anyway. So I think acrobatics, maybe.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm pretty flexible with it. I just like trying to work it into the story, and for this, just for a little bit of realism, and I think it gives characters a bit of something to do as well.
Absolutely. No, I also I forgot because it's not built into the spell sheet properly, I think. But I have Jack of all trades, so I should actually get half of my proficiency bonus on everything. There it is. I just hadn't put the cross thing. So I actually had a +1. Actually, I rolled a 2 on the athletics thing. Not a 1.
Oh, well, you would have pushed him through the boat then. Right through the floor.
Damn straight. But yeah, all right. I'll prep the level up then and go through everything if it's all right, and I'll try to work in the things and the role play, all the things that I get from the level 3. It's a pretty massive level for the bard.
Yeah, it is. Don't worry. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Also, level 2 spells.
Nice.
So,
Right,
Chris,
but-
you said the Battle Rager thing. I'd have to hold off until I found someone to train me for my path.
Yeah, I think there's like so much like potential story-wise for that.
Yeah, no, and I'm fine with holding off. I leveled everything else up already. I don't take any new abilities yet. It just means I have 1 extra rage. My hit dice went up, and I have a little bit more hit points. So I'm good there. But yeah, I can hold off on the primal path.
I mean, we could cheese it and say that Captain Mode is a retired battle rager.
I'm gonna have to bed now. Good night, guys.
See you later.
I'm going to leave that up to you.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that if he was, but I was going to hold off on my primal path regardless because I was thinking about going with the totem one,
Mhm.
but I haven't formed the owl bear claws nor the owl bear pelt into any kind of totem yet because that's what I was
That's where you were going with all the bits.
That's what I was going for all the bits. But with Battle Rager, I'm still fine with holding off either way.
Okay. It wasn't part of Captain Mode's backstory that I'd put in, to be honest, so I might just leave it out.
Yeah, that's fine. So whenever we come across somebody, I could make for some fun times going through Battle Rager training.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that you start to do your totem, and someone recognizes it as a barbarian totem, which starts a conversation or whatever. Or you hear tales of a famous battle rager. I'll have a think and we'll get there.
Okay. Yep. Just let me know.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it flew by. I think it was all the battles we had.
Yeah, there were a lot of battles, but no, it was very well balanced. It went really well.
Thank you. Always looking for good feedback.
Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with giving good feedback, especially when it's good.
Nice.
All right. You have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you too. See ya.